I'm Johnny from Expert Boxing. Right now I'm going to answer a question. A lot of people ask me, what are the right size gloves for sparring? So for a boxer, from a boxing point of view, what I recommend as a standard is 16 ounce. Okay, I weigh 140 pounds, I spar with 16 ounce. Now if you're a really small person, you're like say 120 pounds and below, or maybe even smaller than that, then I guess you could train with 14 ounce gloves. But everybody above that, 16 ounce minimum. Really big guys, heavyweights, heavyweights can go 20 ounce or whatever. But the reason why I recommend 16 ounce is because, one, it's padded enough that it's a good, that's a good size for learning. Okay, if you go lower, any lower than, if you do even 14 ounce, the punches come really fast, they're that much faster, they're that much more painful. And if it's that much painful, then you start going back to your natural habits, you start using the same defense you always had, the same offense you always had. So sparring's for learning. So if you want to learn, give everybody a little padding so that it doesn't hurt as much, and so that when you get punished for making a mistake, it doesn't hurt so bad. Okay, ultimately, you want to inspire and allow yourself room to learn. So 16 ounce gloves are the minimum for that. At the same time, 16 ounce gloves are also good for more protection. So the reason why protection is important is because in sparring and training, you're going all out. I mean, crazy things are happening in the ring. All sparring is always like very, very wild. So sometimes you land a punch on someone's head at an awkward angle, or sometimes you land it on their elbow or something. Some guys like that, they give you their elbow. So you don't want to injure your wrist. You might bend your wrist or something. You don't want to hurt your knuckle, especially if you're a competing fighter. You don't want to hurt your hands before the fight. So, there's a protection purpose in there as well. At the same time, you also want to use the right, sparring gloves. There's gloves specifically made for sparring. They're a little bit softer, a little bit more cushion, and I recommend that. I wouldn't recommend gloves that are meant for bag training, because bag training gloves are so much thicker and stronger. Also, I really hate MMA brands. I think MMA boxing gloves they're just not the same quality. They're too hard, and not only are they too hard, but like as time passes, they get even harder. So I really don't like them. Get high quality boxing gloves. They should cost you $50 to $100. Okay, if you want to be cheap, be cheap. But if you want my recommendation, get good gloves. And then be professional. Be fair with your opponent. If you have an opponent that's not using your size gloves, then you need to tell him to get bigger gloves, or you need to go down and wear smaller gloves to fight him. Okay, ideally, I just say 16 ounce, and that's it. If the other guy doesn't want to put on a pair of 16 ounces, I don't spar him. So that's what I would recommend, and the reason why 16 ounce gloves again is to help you learn and to help protect your hands. Thanks for watching.